Hello everyone, my name is Trevor. I'm a sales consultant at Gary Moe Hyundai specializing in electric vehicles, and I'm a passionate EV enthusiast. I got involved with the automotive industry about a year ago, and I've always been fascinated by Tesla's drive to force electric vehicles into the mainstream awareness. By being someone excited by the future and being quite data-driven and a tendency to over-research things, I decided to get into sales to learn more about electric vehicles and to share my knowledge with those looking to go the EV route. Over the last year, I have become an expert in electric vehicles, educated the people I work with on the merits of electric vehicles, set up shop at local markets to engage with the public, and started a Facebook page to share information about EVs as I find it, and have been an advocate for electric vehicles ever since. There seems to be some difficulty sorting fact from fiction when it comes to electric vehicles. Today, I'm going to answer the most common questions I've come across while speaking with Albertans about electric vehicles and hopefully clear the air with some common misconceptions. I hope this is as fun for you as it is for me. I hope you learned something, and my biggest hope is that if you're reluctant about electric vehicles, you open your mind a little more to the idea of an electric vehicle. Let's get started. How much does an electric battery cost to charge? And electricity in Alberta is roughly 1/10 the cost of gasoline. So for $20 of gas, it would cost you roughly $2 in electricity. This is incredible savings of almost 90% for traveling the same distance. What kind of maintenance is there for electric vehicles? Electric vehicles actually have much fewer moving parts, which means less overall breakdown as time goes on. Regular maintenance is simply wiper blades, tires, and brakes, which drastically reduce the cost of ownership compared to traditional internal combustion engine vehicles. What is the lifetime of a battery? A battery is expected to lose 1% of its charge year over year with regular charging and cycling, which would give the average battery 20 years of life depending on, of course, driving habits, charging cycles, charging methods, etc. Hyundai warranties their batteries for 8 years or 160,000 kilometers. What happens to batteries after their life? Many places have battery recycling programs in place to give batteries a second life in city power grids, solar battery cells, and more. How far do EVs go on a single charge? Well, the industry average right now is about 300 kilometers. However, that is changing as battery technologies advance. The Tesla vehicles can get 900 kilometers on a single charge. The Hyundai Kona Electric gets 417 kilometers per charge, and the Nissan Leaf gets 115. How long does it take to charge? Short answer, it depends. With 3 levels of chargers, level 1, 2, and 3, the level 1 takes up to 16 hours to charge, the level 2 takes about 6 hours, and the level 3 DC fast chargers take under 50 minutes for most vehicles. EVs have a much higher upfront cost. However, with a $5,000 federal incentives and the savings alone being close to $15,000 over the course of ownership, with reduced maintenance and fuel costs, it might be cheaper than you think. Is there enough charging stations? Well, currently there is a lack of infrastructure for EVs. It's not a well-kept secret. However, a recently published independent study of global investment into EV infrastructure has shown that there is a projected 1 million charging stations set to crop up globally over the next few years, and recently Canadian Tire and the federal government have pledged to add more stations across Canada. Don't they result in more harmful effects to the environment than internal combustion engine vehicles? Not really. Electric vehicles are much more efficient than ICE vehicles, running the same distance with less fuel requirements, and EVs produce no emissions by themselves, meaning that they have the potential to be carbon neutral or even net negative by replacing the internal combustion engine alternatives. Alberta winters are frigid, brutal, and can destroy batteries that are used in electric vehicles. How do EVs stand up to winter? Well, typically this has been a concern for many people, as it is no secret that batteries for EVs lose up to 40% of the range that they advertise during the winter months. This makes the cost of ownership unrealistic for anyone, so this is a valid concern. However, with recent developments, some manufacturers are utilizing a heat pump as opposed to a resistive heater, and that is common even now in the industry, which reduces that range drop from 40% to a cool 16%, and most of that loss comes from heating the cabin, not from running the vehicle. Aren't electric vehicles just a fad? No. Actually, gas-powered vehicles have been declining in popularity ever since 2017, over a period of which electric, hybrid, and PHEVs have been increasing in sales despite their higher price tag, which would suggest to me not even the price of the vehicle is the problem for most buyers. Pair the consumer sentiment with governments like India, France, and California announcing bans on the sales of gas-powered vehicles in the next 10, 15, and 20 years, and the investment by governments with rebates, and you can see how the market is not just toying with the idea anymore, there's a rush to embrace it. Of course, no expert knows everything, but the data that led me here is why I believe that the EV adoption is inevitable. I share most of my sources on the Facebook page, but if you need more information, please let me know. If you don't agree, feel that I've missed something, or are looking for more EV-related news, come find me at Trevor IRL on Facebook. Come say hi, let me know what you think, and I welcome any challenge on anything you might think I'm mistaken on. Thank you all for watching, and feel free to come see me at Gary Moe Hyundai and get yourself into an electric vehicle today.